And I'm back for another review. This is for Ready to Love, Season 7, 8, Episode 5, The Math Ain't Math. And we still in Miami, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into it because I got a lot to say. So you're going to want to watch to the end. Before we do that, be sure to hit the subscribe button and like the video. It will help me out a ton. So we pick up where we left off. Last week, we know 3 ladies were up for elimination. Unlike the usual 2, we had Marcia, Jeffrey, and Corvea. So they were up for elimination. We knew Jeffrey wasn't getting eliminated because of the previews. So Corvea was eliminated. I'm not surprised at all. She been down in the bottom a few times, and once she started talking about wanting a provider and all those things, I knew that she wasn't gonna make it. The only one who didn't have a problem doing that was Demario. Otherwise, I didn't see her person being there, so I'm not surprised by this at all. When they do it in front of the group, I do feel like it's a tad embarrassing because it's like, sheesh, like now I'm finding out in front of everybody and I gotta do like the walk of shame off of the old yacht. But anyway, moving on, Corvea said Demario was her strongest connection, and if it's meant to be, he'll come find her. If a man wants you, he'll come get you, okay? So Tommy tells everyone they're going to the Hard Rock Cafe after this, and the ladies are up for, they're eliminating this week. So the guys are up for elimination. At the Hard Rock Cafe, Demario feels a little discouraged because Corvea is gone, and we already know he feeling the way about Jeffrey and that kiss. So in this moment, he don't got no other connections. So I already know he's up on a chopping block. Marcia said, she's a Beyonce fanatic. Moving on, next. Everyone's nervous because they're halfway through the process now, and they just came off an elimination and they got to just keep going. Like, they didn't just have to eliminate somebody. So it's weighing heavy on them. It's weighing heavy on me because I don't see no connections here. None. At this moment, I don't see any. So Suen had a little shady moment because her, Blake, Mark Anthony, and Marcia were sitting at the table. She made mention about Mark Anthony like dating somebody with children or whatever. And it's like, doesn't Blake have 3 kids? Like, why would you even use that as a dig when the person that you're into has 3 kids himself? So Blake pulls Suanne, aka Pick Me, to the side, and she's shading Jeffrey again. And their whole connection, their bond, is like based around not liking Jeffrey. That's what they're bonding about. Like, they haven't gotten to know each other. He hasn't asked her anything, like nothing. So Suanne says she would rather be with no one than be with the wrong person. And while I feel her on that, I don't know. I'm starting to not really see it for Suanne, honestly. Blake said if he gets eliminated, is she coming? She probably would, and she probably should because she's not connecting with anyone else. She's too busy hating on Jeffrey. I mean, the people don't really like Jeffrey. I don't know why. It's Suanne that's rubbing me wrong because I don't like a pick me. So Cynthia and Anthony have a date. This is the first real date we've seen with Anthony all season. There's a clear attraction between them. And Cynthia said they're speaking or talking, and she's talking about her siblings. She says she caught the bouquet at her sister's wedding. So she hopes she's up next. Like, she hopes her turn to get married is coming up. She just doesn't want to go through life alone. I caught the bouquet at my cousin's wedding like 10 years ago, and I still ain't married, so I don't know. I heard catching a bouquet was bad luck, but we're going to knock on wood. We're not claiming it. I hope it for you too, Cynthia. So Anthony said he wants marriage as well, so it seems like they're on the same page about kids, marriage, and what they're looking for so far. Now, they do seem right now like they could be a couple in real life, and I'm glad she's connecting with somebody now that Andre's gone, but I mean, with this cast, I don't have high hopes. I don't. So Jeffrey and Demario have a date, and he's hinting at the game where Jeffrey kissed Mark, and he keeps doing that. Like, stop doing that. Just come out and say it. Finally, he comes clean about feeling the way about that kiss, and he can't shake it. He said it was a hard no for him. Like, he can't get past it. You knew the process that you signed up for, though. Like, you're not dating. This isn't just out. You're just dating somebody in real life, and you just saw her kiss someone. Like, you know that you're on a dating show. But okay. He just mad it wasn't him. Jeffrey said Demario didn't speak to her that entire day. And Mark Anthony was applying pressure. So, I mean, like, why would she pick him? Like, the math ain't mathin'. So Demario asks how her kids would feel about the kiss. Why were her children mentioned? Like, why are you even asking about if she kissed you? How would her kids feel about it? Like, you shouldn't even be speaking on that. You don't even have kids. So in his confessional, he said he dodged 3 bullets. At first, I thought he was about to say her 3 kids, but I'm glad he didn't. He said he never saw her without makeup. Why would you? Like, you barely know her. Why would you see her without makeup? She can't handle criticism. Like, what? This is y'all second time even going out. And she kissed a random, even though he's a random. Like, she's known y'all both the same amount of time. Like, this is crazy. Um, I don't know. Sir, you're a random. So basically, this isn't going anywhere. That's the end of that. And he doesn't have any other connections. So he might have moved a little too hastily with that one because you don't have anybody else. So why would you stay? Marcia organized a group date, just a nice little double date. I'm glad the group dates aren't too large this season like they've been in the past. It's her, Jeffrey, Blue, and Blake. And that's an odd pairing, but okay. So Marcia says she wants to spend more time with Blue. Honey, you wasting time. He put you in the friend zone last week. Like, he don't see it for you. And she really, really want to get down to the bottom of the drama and the tension between Jeffrey and Blake. I don't. It's just as dry as he is. Just as dry as his personality is. So they're doing a sound bath, and everyone closed their eyes per the instructor's direction, besides Blake, whose eyes are wide open, like couldn't be any wider. Like, he looks shocked. Like, why are you laying there with your eyes wide open? It's a sound bath. You're supposed to close your eyes and listen to the sounds. So then they make vision boards. I don't know. Like, I never made one. I don't see the point. I feel like I know my vision. It's in my mind. But let me know if y'all make vision boards and you think they actually are worth doing. Like, does your vision come to fruition with the help of the board? Like, let me know if it's even worthwhile. But they do the vision board. And the tension between Jeffrey and Blake is so thick you can cut it with a knife. I can feel it through the screen. Jeffrey was impressed by Blue's board and said they have a lot in common. What y'all have in common? Nothing on his board aligned with yours. You're talking about family and he's talking about traveling. They didn't say anything. Like, I feel like they got together afterwards and was like, let's just try to link up so we can stay on the show. Because I don't see Blue connecting with anybody, honestly. So Morgan and Tony have a date, as well as Jonique and Blake. They both have one-on-one dates. Why is Jonique and Blake going on a date? Like, it's like they're trying to set Blake up for failure because this doesn't even make sense. Like, watching him on a date is like watching paint dry. So Jonique asked Blake how he's doing so far on his journey with Ready to Love. And he said, well, you asked a general question, so I can only give a general answer. Sir, you asked Z, tell me something about yourself. You can't get any more general than that. You haven't asked any in-depth questions. Everything you asked has been surface level thus far. So Morgan asked Tony if his kids are ready for a stepmama. And he said yeah, and he asked if she's ready to be one. She said she's ready for a partner. And she could have been somebody's baby mama, but she's worth more than that. The question was, are you ready to be a stepmom, not a baby mom? But okay, I guess that's a no because we didn't get an answer. So she mentioned Lyndon again, and it's obvious that she's trying to make Tony jealous because why do you, like, there was nothing that warranted you bringing him up. Why are you bringing him up? So Joe asked Blake about his occupation. He said he's a corporate security officer and he has the dry personality for it. It makes sense. He asked her what she likes to do, like what she does for fun, and she said she likes to turn up. Point blank in the period, she turns up. She's a city girl. I actually like her though. She kept it all the way 100, but there's no connection here. Blake said that this is not a match, clearly. Like, who even matched them? They don't even look like they would want to do any of the same things. So Morgan asked Tony why he's ready to settle down. He gave some standard textbook answer about not wanting to be alone and whatever. Then they share a kiss, which I was surprised about, but he's trying to lock her in and seal the deal and stop her from talking about Lyndon. In his confessional, he mentioned he has other connections with Marcia and Jonique, but I didn't see no connection with Joe. I mean, she literally was crying and he was looking at her like a deer in headlights. Like, he didn't even give her a hug or a tissue or nothing. So the ladies meet at the church bar. aka the ladies' lounge, and there's tension between the ladies. They said there's tension between them, but the only tension is between Suanne and Jeffrey. I'm trying to really figure out like why Suanne is still there. Her and Blake can ride off in the sunset. They can go on. But we know the producers need some kind of drama on the show, so they're gonna stay. So the ladies aren't feeling Demario. Jeffrey tells everyone how he handled, the kiss situation and how their date went, and how he just like wasn't having it. Suanne chimes in unnecessarily because girl, who was talking to you? And Jeffrey exposes her for being a pick me because that's what she is, and calls her advocate Sue. So the ladies also aren't feeling Blake, obviously, because he lives in the bottom. He stays there. He hasn't been out of the bottom since this started. Cynthia also mentioned Mark Anthony because he doesn't want to date a woman with children. Jeffrey, I hope you listening. Like, I hope that little kiss was worth you losing Demario, because Demario left this week. It might be, the next elimination, it might be your turn when it's the ladies' turn to get eliminated. So we find out who the final two are. Joe meets with Mario, and he thinking it's a real date. Honey, you should know what's up. Even though they should have got them together sooner instead of having her go out with Blake, but that was strategic. Cynthia is meeting with Blake, and he's looking forward to it, but he knows he's in the bottom. Like, he knows something's up because he's always in the bottom, so he knows when it's that time. Plus, Suanne gonna tell him anyway. So Cynthia gives Blake advice, and he seems to be receiving it well, but he said in his confessional he doesn't know how to take it. Like, he don't know how to handle it. You need to take something, or you're gonna be in the bottom again next time. But Demario got eliminated, and he said he's shocked. And other people were surprised. And I'm surprised that y'all surprised. Why would he stay? Who's he connecting with? Blake and Suanne are like locked in, so it made more sense for him to stay. Plus, he's bringing drama even though he's boring, like the most boring person that's been on the show for a while. So they're just gonna let him stay off the strength. Now, do I think they'll make it to the end? No, but he gonna get real close. And he gonna be at the bottom every time. But y'all let me know what y'all thinking down in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.